Welcome, everyone, to Straw Hat Crusaders, a podcast where one of us, me, is watching JoJo's for the first time, and three of us, not me, are reading One Piece for the first time.
You got away with words, pal.
I am Clayton Chalman, and 5 spaces to my right would be...
Me, Adriana.
And right to their left, 2 spaces.
What?
Hayden Hardrick.
And to his left.
Josh.
And that's everybody.
Yeah.
Guys.
That was weird.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Clayton.
Hello.
This is the first time I've seen you in a week.
Not true.
That's not true.
Not true.
Yeah.
We live
I li-
together.
I like it when I lie.
I don't. It hurts my heart and my soul.
Aw.
Guys, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Awesome. Last night, I had a friend that's moving into town come in to do some moving stuff, and I went to hang out with him, a friend from high school, and I got to hang out with him and another friend from high school, and it's their new place. And we played Magic the Gathering from 11 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. So I got
There's no way that was fun the whole time.
It was so fun the whole time.
whole time.
It was so fun
Wow.
the whole time.
There's
Magic
no
the
way.
Gathering is a very fun game, especially when you're playing it with people that you care about and people that you know you're going to enjoy the games with. Sometimes you play with randoms, and that's not a good time.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but when it's with your friends, it's amazing. I got to play a new deck, and I got to play my 2 favorite decks. We only played 3 games in that 7 hours.
That's like 3 too many.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Well, I'm glad you had fun, dude.
Thank you.
I saw Dune Part 2
Yeah.
with a certain other member of Straw Hatcrusaders.
Yeah,
We
that's
saw
me.
Yeah, we saw Dune Part 2. It was fucking so good.
I'm going to see it
Flipping
tomorrow.
Epic.
It is
Freaking
I can't
awesome.
stop thinking about it. I think it might be one of my favorite movies I've seen in a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so good. It built off the first one phenomenally. It made me want to rewatch the first one, which is saying a lot because I liked the first one. It was long as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm doing a double feature tomorrow. Or I'm
In
watching
theaters?
No, I'm watching the first one at home and then immediately leaving to go watch the second one.
Well, make sure you play at least 3 games of Magic the Gathering the night before.
of course,
so
of
that
course,
you're
of course.
energized.
Yeah. I feel so great right now. I
That's
got 4 hours
awesome.
of sleep
Yeah.
and I'm awesome.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Meg the Stallion dressed up as Bruno Bucciarati
Yes.
at the Anime Awards.
It was
And
Which-
Jujutsu
awesome.
Kaisen Season 2 won Anime of the Year,
Which
which is
I-
awesome because it's great. Josh.
I didn't hear about. I don't think I saw any of the other contenders for Anime of the Year, but that's fucking bullshit. I'll just say it right now.
Okay.
That pissed me the fuck off.
why?
Because it was, I didn't really like it that much. It was all right, in my opinion. But you know what?
Okay.
People just like jerking off to Gojo and jerking off to Sukuna and jerking off to the other characters whose names I forgot.
Just
so.
don't open any packages in your mail.
I don't.
Yeah.
I already
right.
don't do that.
Because Adriana sent you Anthrax.
Adrian, how you
I'm
doing? Sorry, Hayden.
No, I was gonna say I've loved Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. I'm planning with somebody to rewatch the second season in like the next week or so.
I have fun.
I'm great.
Yay.
I went to Kawacon yesterday.
Woo.
That was fun. Saw a really good Mandalorian cosplayer. Some of the highlights. Saw
Hell yeah.
a John Hammond cosplayer from Jurassic Park. It was epic. Yeah, I went with our friend Lucas. It was great. And well, before that, what did I do earlier this week? I ran around a lot, like in a car. Awesome.
Okay.
Like a Flintstones car?
Yeah. And then I ate a big piece of meat off a giant dinosaur bone.
That explains why Adrian is ripped right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It was one of those weeks where it was like all the days like blended together, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Nice.
Sorry, I forgot Adriana has the bug
Okay.
microphone.
All right.
It
Here's
needed
what
to be
just
pointed a
happened.
little bit more up.
Here's what just happened. I precariously balanced my microphone to where the microphone stand wouldn't like fall over. And then Clayton grabs my microphone and then tilts it and breaks it.
I forgot that it was the bad one. It just needed to be pointed towards your mouth a little bit more.
Do
Yeah.
you want to switch stands, Adriana?
No. I'm trying to fix it.
I wouldn't mind giving you this. I'll hold my mic. You can have this one.
It's fine.
This is what goes on behind the scenes, y'all.
Adriana's fixing it with.
They're stuffing a piece of paper in the hole. That's supposed to have a
American
bolt,
ingenuity.
and
DIY.
it seemingly is working. If they're really struggling, and it's a little bit more stable.
Wow.
Whoa,
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Make sure to talk into the mic though. That you just.
Shut the fuck up.
Wow, that was
JK/J/SRS.
Another thing that happened, some of us here started a One Piece D&D campaign.
Oh, that's
That
what
is
happened.
so
Literally,
true. That
I
was last
like,
week.
I was trying to remember. Yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah.
How'd it go? I think I'm the only one here that was not involved.
We had our first session. I'm running the game. Clayton is playing a very fun swashbuckler character.
Oh, yeah.
Adriana
Yeah.
is playing a cool inventor. It was, I think, I had some of the most fun I've had at a D&D session in a while.
Oh yeah.
It was really very fun to run. We did a whole like East Blue saga, like quick recap of like meeting everybody.
Derivative.
Yeah, a little bit.
It was, wasn't it? It was really fun though. I hadn't played D&D in a long time. And I very much enjoyed it.
This was my first time
yeah.
getting to have Adriana as a player, as well as friend of the show Lucas. Both got to play.
Yes.
Clayton, what do you think of it?
I had an absolute blast. We had been the D&D we've been playing for a while. We have not been able to play it for quite a bit, and I have been sorely missing it. It is something I very much love to do, and it was very fun, and I'm very much looking forward to continuing.
Aww. Well, that's cool. I'm happy for you guys. That sounds really fun, and
With our nerd shit.
I hope to hear more about it.
will.
Especially in episodes where we aren't as crunched for time as we are.
Yeah, I mean,
unfortunately.
if people are interested, I'll talk about
We can
what
do a
happens
recap
in that
episode.
what happens in that campaign. I any day of the week.
Yeah.
If people want it, let me know.
Y'all can
But-
record it and monetize it and do advertising.
Oh, I love monetizing everything I do.
Okay.
Follow us on TikTok. I just started the freaking channel TikTok.
The freaking
Please follow. Josh just started TikTok. He invented TikTok just a moment ago.
Yeah.
Follow us. It's at strawhat. Wait, hold on. Let me see. At strawhat.crusaders on TikTok. Follow us
Oh, yeah.
immediately. Subscribe to the channel, Straw Hat Crusaders.
Please do it.
Follow us on Spotify.
Yo ho ho! Sorry to cut in here. Glad everyone's weeks were so amazing. I am just cutting in to remind everybody that we are still taking fan questions for some upcoming episodes here. Send your questions to the email strawhatcrusaders@gmail.com. Put in the subject line what series your question relates to, if it's One Piece, JoJo, or both, or neither. Send us an email there, and on to the rest of the episode.
Anyway, Clayton,
JoJo.
you watched 5 episodes of JoJo's
5.
Bizarre Adventure.
That's 5 right there.
Yeah.
They were about Polnareff.
All 5 of them.
All 5 of them, yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much. They were very fun.
Can you believe it?
We met 2 characters. I was a big fan of one of them. Giorno really hated the other.
Yeah.
He beat the absolute shit out of him. But these were very good episodes.
Yeah, the 7-page Muda, the 7-page
Yeah.
stand rush, which is fucking awesome.
It is quite good. I want to go read that now and just see what that is,
Right.
what that experience is like on the page.
They pretty much adapted each panel. They just hit it with the animation ray. Like that's like what it
Yeah.
looks like. So, yeah.
It's crazy to think about that sometimes. That's half a chapter.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's double spread, yeah.
I wonder if the chapter was like a little longer than normal then.
Yeah, probably. I don't
yeah.
Or maybe he He was just like, I'm just not feeling it today.
Yeah. I just
That was
want to
the
draw
only
somebody getting
chapter.
punched.
Yeah.
Yeah. Longest stand rush you've seen. It's fucking awesome, man.
It's quite good.
I like the part where you're like, okay, so he's done, and then his theme starts, and you're like, oh, he's only halfway through this beat down.
He does the second part of his stand cry, the weirdy. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
the fucking oh my
You
gosh.
could feel Jorno's fury.
Which is what Dio used that win. That was
he used it in both part 1 and 3.
He used it. I love that.
I like it when Jorno does it more.
yeah, it's awesome when Jorno does it.
Jorno's epic.
He is.
I'll say it.
Jorno is epic.
I mean, hey, we got 6 episodes left of part 6 for you, or part 5 for you.
That's crazy.
How are you feeling so far? Since we're almost to the end here.
I hate to see it go, but I love to watch it walk away. It is. I'm not quite ready to say goodbye to a lot of these characters.
Yeah.
Tell me about it, man.
And I wonder, like, for example, we're about to go into the final fight. I assume everybody's gonna play a part here, but like Mista lost a lot of blood. Narancha's taking a nap right now because he got moldy.
Yeah.
And so I wonder how much we're going to get to see from everybody. I'm also scared that some of my dear friends here might get hurted.
We're going to be fine.
Which I don't like. Fugo still has not popped up anywhere.
Where the fuck is he?
He's gonna show up. And I hope he's on our team when he does.
He's busy doing taxes right now.
Probably. He went straight to having a day job.
Yeah, so we open this batch with the green day. Oh no, they're in the turtle and they're trying to use the fingerprints and the face scan they got of Diavolo, name drop Diavolo, the boss. And then
Polnareff is hitting him up on MySpace.
Yeah, except we don't know that it's Polnareff.
He does sound quite different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was right this whole time. Polnareff is in part 5.
You literally were.
I was like thinking
Yeah.
you got spoiled for a second.
No.
It was an insane moment when it
Yeah.
revealed and you saw the Polnareff hair and we all, it clicked in. There was just a crazy moment. I saw Adriana took a picture of your
I
face.
literally,
Oh, did you really?
I was like,
Clayton's
can I
reaction-
take a picture?
Clayton's
Wait,
reaction was-
it's alive. Hang on.
Priceless. It
Oh,
was
man.
everything I hoped it would be. Oh my god.
I couldn't believe it. There was a part of me, like Polnareff being in this part, that was a real guess of mine. What I did not guess is that he was going to be like pivotal in any way. I thought it was going to be like they accidentally. I'm giggling.
Like
Jesse?
it's just.
Oh yeah, we were all
It's not
losing
as
it.
it's so funny.
Yeah.
It's just Clayton, like a hand on his head, like I can't believe this is happening right now.
But it was so epic because he's their
Yeah.
link to victory.
He is, and he's seemingly dead now. But I'm wondering. It seems like maybe Silver Chariot is still alive in some way. I think that is what I believe that is at the end. The guy, the strange mystery man that walks up, seems to be an enhanced Silver Chariot, which I'm pretty pumped about. Yeah, I'm sad that he's dead though, because that's now.
But sorry, go ahead. You had a thought
That's
still.
everybody but Jotaro, pretty much.
Yeah, and right before he died, it had a little flash of his last thought was like
Of the
the
Crusaders.
part 3 crew.
Yeah.
Well, Joseph, no confirmed status of Joseph.
That's
so
true.
he
Yeah,
could still
but
be
he's
alive.
a fucking dino. He's dead
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
He's got 3 feet in the grave already.
He's like, I think he's
Functionally
legit.
dead.
In where we're at in Golden Wind, he's legit probably, if he's alive, 80 years old. Which
It's
Joseph
not.
could definitely,
People-
he could definitely be 80. in the
People
long
can be 80.
but he's like, when we last saw him, he was already like all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we know it's been years since that.
Yeah.
even.
Yeah, we see a bit of a flashback. Of
Yes.
Polnareff and Diavolo are both sizing each other up from like 2 stories difference, and he's Diavolo's in his Doppio disguise, blah blah blah, and then they notice each other, and there's a moment where like, could it be? And then the dust settles, and we find out they know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Awesome.
A lot of Arrow lore.
Arrow
also.
lore.
Yeah, I wanted
lore?
to. How are you feeling? We got a lot of arrow this chunk.
Yeah.
Look. Hey, here's I think I'm about to say something. This needs to be a short podcast. I'm about to say something that's going to make this a 3-hour long podcast.
Oh my god.
I've been mostly enjoying the arrow in this part of JoJo.
Yeah.
It is the midichlorian of JoJo.
Okay, yes. This I knew there was going to be. This was the one where you were going to be like, why did they explain that?
Yeah.
The whole virus thing. I'm honestly in agreement with you. You can forget that.
Okay.
Honestly, the whole virus part, it does not come into play at any moment. The part that's important to remember is that stands have been around for a long time.
Uh-huh.
They come from the heavens, and from a meteor.
Yeah, people have. I've seen people use that to theorize that stands are like an alien thing, like it's like an alien virus or like an alien certain thing.
Yeah.
Which the only reason I ever entertain that possibility is I think that's a very fun thing to put with the part 4 guy, the actual
Mikitaka,
alien.
yeah.
Exactly.
Because like if Mikitaka has like stand-like abilities,
That headcanon
And
is
it's
so
like,
fun.
okay,
like
okay.
like the headcanon that Mikitaka's original planet is the same planet that the
stand
meteors from.
meteors are
Yeah.
from, yeah.
I should say, I think midichlorians serve more of a purpose in Star Wars than the stand virus does in JoJo.
Yeah.
If I'm being real, that's how much I don't care.
Wait,
No.
what are you talking? Are you talking about specifically the virus aspect of it, or
The
like
virus aspect.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The stand arrow itself, very important. I'm a stand arrow fan. Clayton will catch up one day, but like
Maybe.
yeah. But you can forget that because that's not really important. Don't know why Araki did that.
Yeah. I think the way it's being used is cool. I think that the virus, well, we don't have to get too far into this. I think it is pretty similar to the way I felt about the arrow before it was being utilized in part 5.
Well, you lost me.
Also, though, what was I about to say?
Oh, that one thing.
When the virus got introduced, thank you.
You're welcome.
When the virus got introduced, I was like, wow, stands are made of cars. The like cars that got rocketed into space.
Yeah.
But once they started talking about the timeline, it did not match up.
Yeah. People have like
that would have been so fun.
people have made
Yeah.
that connection a lot. Like,
When is he coming back?
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's never happening.
You
When?
don't know. Josh does not know.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm not.
It's
caught up.
not over yet, man.
And part 9 is still. Part 9's still going. So
Yeah.
He could be back.
he could be back. Yeah. So you learn a little bit more about how far back stands go. I could get into everything. I could spend an hour getting into everything that implies about the rules of stands and everything, and how I think, aside from the virus stuff, how the timeline and all that adds to the lore. But we can get into that later.
It's also cool that Diavolo, he is the one that sold Inuyama the arrows in the first place.
So he's kind of responsible for part 3.
Yeah, kind of a weird whole thing.
What a jerk.
Which makes him responsible for his own enemy here.
Yeah.
True. Damn.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. So we have a name drop, Diavolo. Any connections? Any thematic connections there you're drawing?
Uh,
Do you know what Diavolo means?
no.
It means devil in Italian.
Oh.
And funny enough, Dio means God in Italian.
Whoa.
So Giorno, the son of God, is fighting the devil,
Whoa.
and Trish,
funny.
the daughter of the devil,
Whoa.
is named
slaying.
Trish.
Is named
Is
Trish
slaying.
and has pink hair.
Yeah.
And a similar
that's
soul
cool.
scent.
Yeah, whatever that means.
What the
Soul
fuck
scents
that
are
is.
similar.
Paul, I like that you immediately made the connection that, like, oh, thank God Polnareff's on the top of the stairs this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be extra fucked now
Yeah.
because he doesn't have a leg.
He always gets into time shenanigans. That poor guy.
He can't help himself.
yeah.
Polnareff is so epic in these
He
couple
is.
episodes.
Also, I gotta say, I'm shocked that he did not call up his boy Jotaro
Well,
for help with
It
this.
explains why
Oh.
he's in that predicament. He says in his flashback, like, I'd made a mistake going up against the organization because it cut me off from everything. Communications, society,
The mafia's everywhere.
The mafia's
If he-
everywhere.
If he tries to get out of Italy or contact anyone out of Italy, they're gonna like everyone's on high alert.
Yeah.
He thought he was dead, basically.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He
That
was.
makes sense.
I mean, he was basically in the position that the gang is in now, right? Where it's just like everything is against them, and the only way to get out is to fight the guy on top. You know.
Hell yeah.
Which is tragic because that means that Jotaro has, for however much amount of time, completely lost contact with his boy Polnareff.
Yeah.
Damn.
And it established that they went on missions together in the 90s.
Yeah.
After.
Yeah.
Isn't that
And there's
awesome?
also
That
that thing
is
of like
fucking awesome.
Jotaro has no real way to like I'm like explicitly track down where because
No.
Polnareff went missing, but like he was searching Europe and Africa.
Yeah.
That's a big part of the map to throw
Yeah.
a pin at, you know.
Yeah.
And Jotaro was like, all right, I guess I got the rest of the whole world. I got America and Asia.
American
But
Asia.
that's still much for two guys to cover.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like, we'll cinch this. And
There are no stand users in Australia, obviously.
No.
They would be too dangerous.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's where they keep all the Haman users nowadays.
Every bug has a stand in Australia.
My stand, Venom.
Yeah.
Um,
You got the Diavolo fit reveal, so now you know
Yeah.
who me and Lucas were cosplaying.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
So that's fun. I thought it was funny how you were like we were related or something.
I was like, y'all are siblings,
Yeah.
surely.
yeah. And then yeah, Diavolo is sexy. He's slutty.
Whore.
He's very dangerous.
Mhm.
Very,
Yes.
very
Exceptionally
dangerous.
so.
Also, Polnareff gets a hit in on him. He makes his thumb bleed
Yeah.
and watches for there to be more blood, which is so fucking smart.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he slashes out, and he's the Bruno gets him a couple times, but he lands a hit on King Crimson, which is pretty fucking impressive.
It is.
And now you know that part in the intro where the blood's dropping and then it
Yeah,
that's
fast forward.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that the King Crimson villain interruption is gonna be, I think, the escalation, because the first one is like Dio stops it and he like takes it and he's like, "This is mine now." The second one is like a whole new one, like fucking Kira sends it back.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like creepy. I think King Crimson is gonna sing his intro. I think he's gonna come in and be like, "This is my world now," and like do a whole villain song. I think that would be
You
awesome.
know what? We told you were crazy for Polnareff, and now look at us. So who knows? Who
Yeah.
knows what could happen?
You-
If
you
y'all
forgot,
think
you
that
know.
doesn't happen, then y'all are wrong.
Damn, you have your finger on the pulse, buddy.
Yeah.
Tell you how
Uh-huh.
much.
I'll tell you.
I'll tell you for $5. I'll tell you. Anyway, we've just been talking about one episode this whole time. Do we want to talk about any of the others?
The Secco
okay.
Chocolata, but yeah.
Sekko's awesome, and I'm getting judged. I'm getting judged.
I
for
am
liking
not
him.
judging you. I think he's hilarious.
Yeah, he's a
Okay.
silly guy.
Well, fine. One person
One
is judging.
person is judging. And when I watched that with Josh the whole time, I was like, this guy. I literally had your exact reaction, and Josh had his same reaction, which was, "Shut up! I hate him so much."
I hate that. I mean, I get like there is this weird cringe satisfaction I get from watching him on screen. I'm like, yeah, this is bizarre, but also fuck off and die. And thankfully Bruno takes care of him.
Yeah.
Bruno's fucking awesome in these episodes.
Josh
as
hates
always.
freaks.
Yes.
He just hates the strange.
No, I don't. I was
like-
a Shigechi
Josh
defender.
Hates
Whoa.
the stranger.
Remember that?
You looked so legitimately angry there. I was thinking about Pesci. How you were like,
Right.
this freak of nature deserves to die.
I love Pesci. I loved Pesci. I just think he's disgusting looking.
True.
You know?
True.
Clayton thought when Chocolata and Secco were standing on the stairs and Secco was videotaping like the first shot of them, Clayton thought that Secco was Chocolata's stand.
I feel like that has to happen to a lot of
Which
people.
it makes sense. It makes
Like, that's the
complete
first time I've
sense.
ever heard that.
I've
reaction,
never
yeah.
heard that before.
But I'm sure you're right. I'm
'Cause
sure.
Secco doesn't look like a person.
No, he has he has a monochromatic body and
Uh-huh.
and his face
Okay, now
kinda
y'all are
covered.
the ones freak shaming.
What?
What?
What are you
Because
talking
of
about?
monochromatic body.
Well,
Yo,
it's-
he doesn't look human.
Well, he's wearing
He's
a
wearing
stand.
a suit.
He's like
Yeah.
a human in a fucked up suit, guys.
Listen, if
so
you
does
saw
every stand.
if you
No,
saw a guy,
uh-uh.
wait, if you saw a guy in a lab coat and then you saw Spider-Man next to him, which do you think would be human?
They're
Which-
both human.
Like, yes,
Whoa.
I know, but like, which one looks like it could be? I don't know, just like a creature.
I guess I just have like a better intuition. better
I
better
just-
media literacy. Than
It's,
y'all.
he
Yeah.
looked.
I
if
think
if
that-
there was not the little slits that closed his eyes, he would look indistinguishable from a stand because
He's
he
white.
is covered 98% of his body by a stand.
yeah.
So
Like
I just
White Album.
I just didn't see the white part. I didn't see his human face.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second wearable stand.
Yeah.
Damn. How do you feel about some of the stands we got? Well, you met Chocolata, and you met his stand Green Day, and then you also met Oasis. How do you feel about these stands and the stand battles?
I was not too charmed by the stands themselves, but I think the battles were both cool. I think they're both kind of, to me, they feel pretty similar to stuff we've seen. Like the Oasis thing, we've seen people that can swim in stuff before, right? And then
Where?
specifically Green Day, like Clash, kind of, but I know it's like a fish. But Green Day, as well, to me, felt just like similar in a lot of ways to Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
Where it's like it has a thing that it's looking for, you have to avoid that, and it's this big poison that's everywhere, so you'll get got if you do the thing.
The indistinguishable attacks, yeah.
Yeah. But these fights were both still really interesting and cool.
I forget about, like, I think one of the things that is a really big strength of Part 5 is how many duo stand battles we have. Like, stand battles
Yeah.
against, like, 2 users, I think just immediately heightens the threat and the stakes so much.
And it makes sense too because this is like it's organized crime.
Yeah.
That's, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like that's characteristic of the mafia. So it's like we're gonna pair up these two that work well together, or they just pair up themselves. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's teams.
Yeah, think about it. I mean, some of the best fights we've had. We had Prosciutto and Pesci. Great, interesting stuff on both sides. We had Tiziano and Squalo, right? And then if you think about it, Doppio and Diavolo are a duo, and that makes their side of things more interesting as well.
Yep.
They're just sharing the same body.
As well as, I think, maybe the best stand battle we've gotten in this part yet, Giorno and Mista versus White Album.
yeah,
Yeah.
they do out, yeah.
Bam.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, you got an iconic Giorno and Mista
Oh, yeah.
moment where he like teaches him to shoot the gun by
Yeah.
holding
He points
his
the
waist
gun with
and-
him.
Oh, yeah.
Holds
Like
it very
the
tightly.
He's
pottery
like,
scene
no,
in
you're
Ghost.
doing it
Yeah.
all wrong. And
and
Mista's like,
An entire ship was based just on that one moment.
uh-huh.
Because that's
really
all
good.
I'm sorry, Giorno Mista shippers. That's all you got.
What about when he sucks him off?
Oh,
What?
you mean that joke? That thing played for yeah.
What?
Yeah, they got that one on me. I forgot about that.
I'll
Clayton,
defend you all.
edit me out of the podcast.
Please don't.
Done.
What'd y'all say?
I'm gonna defend all the Giorno and Mista shippers.
That's like pro shipping. Don't do that.
What? What's wrong with them?
Mista's 18 and
15
Giorno's
and
15,
18.
Oh.
which is kind of weird. Like,
forgot about that.
yeah,
Did you?
it's like a freshman dating a
If
senior
you're
in
not
high school.
terminally online, you might forget about that fact. But I guarantee you that it's
Yeah. In a
Yeah.
few years, will it matter? No.
You know what?
But we're not looking at a few years.
No.
Don't
It's
don't
bad
dig this
right
hole.
now.
Yeah, I pulled out. You don't have to keep
Yeah,
digging.
like-
Hayden, I'm
what?
defending you.
No, don't.
Oh,
Hayden, I'm here
God.
for you.
So Hayden's the pro shipper of us all.
And
Uh-oh.
I'm an enabler.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, pretty much these are the only really two fights that happen. I think I think everything Bruno does in the Secco fight is just
Yeah, we
fucking
get the
awesome.
going
the
sicko.
like the explicit statement that Bruno's a corpse.
Yeah.
Bruno is dead.
And you guessed it completely right. Although I guess it's pretty easy to infer.
Yeah.
That Giorno Gold experience like gave him a boost of life energy. With gave him a little bit of a time limit on his remainder.
Yeah, I was glad because I was worried that what it might have been was like Bruno is dead and his body is just like going through the motions because of Golden Wind, and so I'm glad that it is like Bruno is still like in some ways present. It's just that he's like writing that last bit of life that Giorno gave him.
Just so determined to carry on that his
Yeah. Which
all
is
the determination stuff is big.
Yeah, it's very tragic, but it does mean that Bruno's going to be there for the last showdown. I thought they were going to have to do it without him, but he's there,
And
even though he's slipping and losing it and doesn't have eardrums.
Oh,
It also
Can't see.
he's literally on the floor like looking for his glasses, like Velma.
literally. Yeah, and it also kind of recontextualizes the previous episodes of like, I don't know, just how he's acted since Venice. Like, is like now you have it in your head, like, oh, he like knew he was gonna die. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also I remember you telling me about how like there's this. I don't know if it's a headcanon or you're the one who thought this, but the reason why he's able to power through Abbacchio's death is because he's already like, well, I'm gonna be up there with him soon.
That's a thought I had that turns out is like very much a very popular thought. That
Damn.
Also, we get a moment I literally always forget, or maybe I just have never quite paid enough attention to it until I watched it this time. But Trish is in the turtle shelter with a healing Narancia and Giorno.
The shelter.
The shelter.
Whoa.
Yeah, the tortoise shelter. And she's like, Bruno's an asshole.
Yeah, literally.
And then Narancia's like, no, he's doing what he's got to do. And she was like, yeah, he totally didn't give a fuck about your life, Narancia. And Narancia's like, no, I think you're just obsessed with him and you want him to give you attention.
He did not say.
but that's kind of what it is.
Yeah, I think his point was just, I know Bruno, and you know what I mean? Like, he, I know that he cares about me, and it's not, like, you know what I mean? Like, his alleged coldness doesn't, like, make me feel, like, you know, bad, because I know him.
I like to
He's
say
acting in our
that
best interest.
that was Trish trying to tell them that Bruno was. She's like, he's no, you don't get. He's cold, and Rancha's like, he's a good guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's so cold all the time. Wonder what that's about.
I do like though that we get more of Trish's like thought processes as the part goes on. We see more and more of her just like expressing herself and reacting to what's all this craziness that's happening around her.
And we get that moment with Bruno where when he's walking with Doppio and thinks it's Trish and is talking all about how it's like, I have a house in Naples. So much bad things have happened to you. Like, you're going to be fine after this, you know?
Which is just so like heartbreaking that she wasn't there to actually hear that, you know?
Yeah.
And like no one was there who would actually, you know, I mean, like, why would he repeat himself? But still, yeah. And Narancia was like, maybe you just want to know more about him and everything. And it's like, definitely just, she's never had a father figure at all. And it's just so, it's so sweet. But
Yeah.
This 20-year-old comes along.
literally, yeah.
Sometimes it's sometimes there's no father at home.
Okay.
Sometimes you got to go out. You got to go to the drive-thru and get some father because you don't got any at home.
Wow.
That's what I always say.
Really good joke.
Y'all said that I was gonna be on fridge magnets one day, and I
That's true.
I hold
That's
to
right,
that
we
gave
did
that
say
gave me a lot of
that.
confidence
Oh
that
my
maybe
God.
I don't need.
No.
Yeah.
Make your fridge magnets, Josh.
That was a fridge magnet. All right, great.
We should,
Clayton and E.
once we're making money from
Literally,
this, we have
shut
merch.
up. I was going to say that. I was like, once we have merch,
Josh Frick magnets.
God damn it.
Josh Frig
Magnet. Frig magnet.
Josh friggin'
Josh gets
Fridge
some
magnet.
friggin' magnets in there.
Josh friggin' magnets.
We can have Bazenture on there. We can have the quote where I go back and I listen
Do
to
you
that.
remember all your quotes?
No, I'm talking about Clay. That was Clayton's quote.
Oh.
And he was talking about how part 2 was finally in the finale. He was like, part 2 is finally bizarre enough to name it, to give it the name of your goddamn show, to make that the name of your goddamn show.
Yeah.
JoJo's Bazenture. And then we clowned on it for about 2 minutes. It's really awesome.
That's great.
I might clip that for the TikTok. I don't know.
So happy that you remember the things that are said on this podcast because I don't remember a goddamn lick of anything.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll see like a comment that references something that I say, and I'm like, I don't remember saying this at all. I have no idea what you're referring to. But keep saying it.
That's why we're recording, actually, so that Hayden remembers all our conversations.
Yeah, this is memory care for
Yeah.
me.
I do re-listen to every recording for editing purposes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've gone and listened to a couple just because it's fun.
It's really
I
fun.
like it.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. I've listened to some 2 times
Yeah.
because it's just
Wow.
so
We
fun.
love sucking ourselves off, and that's just
No, it just reminds me of it's like when you have a family home video and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like reliving that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love the comments, like seeing what people I guess, what stands out
Yeah,
to people.
all 5
Yeah.
of the comments, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
great. It's
We
great.
love you,
we
commenters.
yeah.
Two
There's a
worlds,
couple people who are like
One family.
commenting on everything, and we see you. We see you.
What the fuck did you do?
Clayton, do you have any final thoughts on this bad?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it?
It was cool.
You haven't said anything this whole
That's
podcast.
it.
It was awesome.
What do you think happens after you get stabbed with air? Like, what do you think is?
Yeah.
What
So
is the
we've
thing?
seen. I mean, I was confused because I thought that we just already knew the answer to that, which is if it gets you right, if it stabs you good, you get better powers.
What makes you
Well,
say that?
remember that
Kira.
was
Kira.
Kira got stabbed
Himself, not his stand.
Oh, when you stab your stand, it makes your stand alive on its own. And that's why Silver Chariot is alive and looking different. Now Polnareff is the stand.
That'd be funny. It switches sentience or something.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Silver Chariot's not just a really good fencer that has a stand that can't do shit.
Just a guy who
stand
can
that
be
wants
silly.
to-
Yeah. Okay.
He never got to make goddamn Polnareff land.
No.
Well, we don't know. It's been a while.
That's true.
That's
It's
true.
been
could've-
12 years.
he
He
could've-
could have spent 10 doing.
Yeah.
I
Polnareff
really
land.
hope in part 6 somebody's just like, man, I wish we could go to Polnareff. There's like one.
Yeah, that's where it's based. It's
Yeah.
actually.
Well, yeah, because that's where like all the other
Oh wait,
theme
it's
parks
in
are.
Florida, right? It would make sense.
Yep.
It is in Florida. How do you feel about the fact that like the parts have taken place in such unique locations?
Uh-huh.
We've had the UK, New York, Italy, all across Southeast Asia, Japan, and then part 6 is just in Florida.
Well, I like because it's like you want a grand sweeping adventure, Egypt. You want a little small town adventure, Morio in the Asian countrysides. You want a mafia beat 'em up. You take it to Italy. You want prison. Florida.
Let's fucking go. Yep.
Well, speaking of prison,
Whoa. Are we all ready? I'm kidding.
I would pass on Green Day. Smash Oasis.
you know what?
It's just
He has a
suit.
juicy ass. He has a juicy ass.
He has a juicy ass.
all be in the
I would
suit.
not smash Oasis. He looks like a gimp freak.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You like it. Would you say these stands rank for you, ability or just like in general?
Ability, I think they are lower for me. Still need to put them on my list, but they're not some of my favorite stands, as I have said.
Well, you'll need to actually get your list ready because next
know.
episode we're gonna be finishing part 5. Are you ready?
Spoilers. I am ready. I'm excited about the. I'm not ready to be done. I'm very excited about part 6.
Yeah,
I was telling Josh this.
Yeah.
I've always this whole time been excited for part 5, and I was right to be excited. I really like it. I think it's my favorite part so far. I was not usually like I was not looking forward. I was never like, oh, I can't wait for part 6. But now, having experienced part 5, I'm very excited for part 6. And there've been many moments throughout this where I'm like, I've been bummed that we aren't reading, but part 5 has made me bummed that there isn't going to be an anime for part 7 because it's been very fun to watch it.
Did you not? Did part 3 or 4 also play into that at all? Or were you mostly bummed that you weren't?
A little bit. I think maybe back there were like some moments where I was like, oh, it's cool, but for the most part, part 3 and 4 was still like, I think I could have leaned towards reading it.
What do you think it is about this part that makes it just so?
They got the budget to like go crazy and kind of elevate things a little bit. Also, from what I understand, from what we've heard from like Ben, King Crimson is harder to understand in the manga, and I understand how that could be.
In the first translation, at least, I don't know if it was like
It's also
corrected or anything.
When you don't see the stand in motion, it's much. I think it's just probably just much more difficult to interpret what's happening.
Yeah, the cuts where the time. Yeah.
That's it's got to be crazy. Yeah, well, part 6, also another solid, really good adaptation by David Productions. And the part itself is I enjoyed it more. This was the first part that I read, and I definitely enjoyed it a little more watching. Because again, the battles were easier to follow and more fun. But that's going to be an interesting conversation because we have more insight as to like what the differences were between the manga and the anime. So like things where I'm like, oh, well, I wish they did this and that. We have more picky like nitpicks, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited for part 6.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe in the next 6 weeks they will announce and release a part 7 anime.
Yeah, and JoJolion. So
One Piece.
that's the name of the
treasure
on the grave.
Sanji's cooking. Sanji's cooking.
What did y'all think of this week's One Piece chapter?
That was crazy.
Man, this was one of the best batches in a while.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
Chapters, one of the best double volumes we've done.
Yeah.
Some truly insane shit. Not just like big reveals, but just some great fucking moments. too.
Yeah.
Some truly astonishing, amazing moments.
Fat Usopp.
He's getting big.
Literally, why did that exist?
Sanji's just one of the girls.
Dude,
So-
Oda.
I want to hear your specifically, Adriana, your
Mine?
opinion. I think I've heard like everybody else's.
Why is Clay nervous?
Yeah. I haven't heard. You're the only person I don't think I've heard this take on.
What?
Actually, no. I haven't heard any of y'all's takes
On-
on Sanji being...
Sanji's cover story.
Sanji's gender.
Oh, terrible. Well, not okay. These to me are two very separate. The Sanji's cover story and Sanji's gender are two very separate things. Okay. I think I hate Oda now.
Okay.
He has some splaining to do,
Uh-huh.
but I don't think he can splain really. Like
Okay.
he doesn't. I've fully like realized that he has no idea like what he's doing. He's spinning gold and then like spitting on it. Like that's what's happening. Like
It's the fact that cover story is going on while we're meeting Iva.
yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
if you don't have that cover story, he's kind of killing it with
Yeah.
Iva. I don't know. You don't think so?
What? Are you an Iva hater?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm talking narratively. I don't like. I'm talking like what the message. Like, are you saying like, oh, he's so based for this?
Well, he's presenting. Okay.
My point.
Yeah,
point
yeah,
is,
yeah.
I don't think that he has like. I don't know. I don't think his intentions are completely like good, or I don't think he understands really
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
I get that.
And I think that the outcome of him not understanding is like somehow very like fun and entertaining to people who do understand.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of things like that he includes that it's like, okay, like this is great, but like I know that you didn't do that on purpose. You know what I mean? But I have no issue with like reading it. You know what I mean? I'm reading it and I'm having a great time.
He is definitely getting some mixed messaging across.
Exactly.
And that is tough.
It's all mixed, and that's exactly. It's mixed messaging.
We gotta talk about Emporio Ivankov, dude.
I will say this. I think Oda is absolutely does not understand a lot of things, and I think there are a lot of things he's doing on accident. I think he has, in some ways, purposely tied queerness to the idea of like revolution.
Right.
And so I really enjoy Ivankov, one, being like the hero of this prison.
Yes.
That is like saving people and letting them like live their lives the way they truly want to be. We even get a line where a guy
Yes.
comes in and he's like, "You helped my dad transition." And Ivankov's like, "Well, they wanted to, so die."
Literally.
Forced feminization.
That did not escape my note. Forced feminization.
That was Josh
That
said
did
that.
not-
I didn't want to steal your joke.
That did not escape. Like, I'm giving him credit for that, for like those intentions. That completely got across.
Honestly,
but it's like,
yeah.
it's also like, yeah, okay, but like, how are you executing this exactly?
yeah.
Like the Sanji cover story was really bad.
It's pretty bad.
The art, the things that he drew, very bad.
Made trans women or just like drag queens look scary and predatory, which was terrible.
Yeah.
Also, even though I think that Iva is clearly supposed to be a hero and a revolutionary and is the moment, like, and I personally find the forced feminization of that transphobe to be incredibly funny and awesome.
Yeah.
That is exactly what some people are afraid of or
better-
don't understand.
Better watch out! I'm gonna trans your gender.
Yeah.
You're not
They're
kidding.
transing the youth.
Yeah.
That's literally what they think's going on.
But it's very tone deaf is what it is.
Yeah.
Everything he's doing is like is just tone deaf. That's the
Yeah.
only like criticism I really have. I'm not like saying that he's like, slandering anyone on purpose.
Yeah, it never
but
it
it's
never
bad.
feels like, I don't know, with the way I read it, it never feels like intentional. It just feels like he doesn't
understand.
it
He doesn't
fully.
get what he's doing.
and is just trying to be silly and not
Yeah.
understanding the ramifications of the jokes that he's making.
Right.
Revolutionary though for the time in the manga, like creating community, or in the manga author, just in the literature of that time, which was, I think it was like 2008, 2009. This was like kind of groundbreaking, I imagine.
To have canonical queer characters
in Shonen Jump.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in stuff.
who are heroes.
Who are
Yeah.
objectively
Especially
heroes.
Bon Clay in these
Yeah.
chapters.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
Oh my God,
shit.
Bon Clay does some
Fantastic.
fucking
Yeah.
amazing stuff in these chapters. Their friendship, the moment where like having that another just great like Bon Clay Luffy friendship moment where Bon Clay's like dragging him through the snow, gets attacked, Luffy boops everybody, and then begs Iva to help Bon Clay. I love my boy.
Yeah.
Here's my one thing. I forget. Why does Bon Clay go all out for Luffy? Like, he likes him, but why
I cannot believe you forgot.
why does he like?
Because remember their ships passed and they met by chance
yeah,
on
yeah.
the sea.
No, I know what he's
and
saying.
we're just besties.
Yeah, but it's like he's doing this. He's like,
Josh, the flower of friendship can literally blossom even in hell.
okay, so it's just Bon Clay is just built like that, where he
Yes.
puts friends above everyone.
Why
else.
does Zoro do what he does for Luffy?
Yeah,
You
'cause-
know, they're just
True.
Why
Yeah.
does
Listen. This was just a minor nitpick that it was an intrusive thought. I wanted to run it by y'all because I want to be
Well,
on
you're
y'all's
wrong.
side.
You're wrong.
I think
Because I love Bon Clay and I love what
because
he does.
Bon Clay also sacrificed himself all the way back in Alabasta.
Yep.
And after they beat his ass, like he had no reason to really help them.
Well, I think Bon Clay just respects them, and also Sanji gave him a moment at the end where he's like, "Hey, you fought well," even though he does kick his ass after that. He's like, "You're good," and Bon Clay's like, "Really? You're still offering me a hand of friendship even after I fought you?" I think he goes hard for the Straw Hats, and seeing Luffy here. Even Buggy and Mr. 3 were getting won over a little bit by him. Even though they were still trying to sabotage him.
That was so
He
good.
just wins people
Luffy's just
over.
that guy.
But Luffy also did, Bon Clay does know that Luffy begged for Iva to save his life first. And Bon was clearly inspired by that, given Luffy's state.
And cheered for him for 11,
20
12,
hours.
20 hours? 20 hours? Or
Yes, he was. He was. It was 20 hours, I
Yeah.
believe, of him.
And got the entire
Yeah,
city
that was
to cheer
great.
for him
I
too.
almost had an issue with that, but it ended up making perfect sense where it was like, Iva was like, listen, this is going to take him 2 to 5. He's 2 days to heal, 3 more days to recuperate. That's just what it's going to be like. And we were like, oh my God, we have like 16 hours till Ace is executed. What's going to happen? And I was waiting. I'm like, what's going to be the thing? How is Luffy going to like heal in time? And the Bon Clay cheering stuff was great, but it was like, it ended up being just like, oh, wow, Luffy's just built different. I'm like, oh, big surprise. But then that ended up playing into the revelation to Iva that it's Dragon's son. And when he figured that out, he's like, oh, shit, I just completely underestimated you. You are a fucking superhuman because I know your daddy-o. And now I'm going to help you.
That little joke, the way they were like, oh yeah, I'm a revolutionary for Dragon. It's like, oh, my dad? Yeah, your dad. Your dad?
yeah.
I really liked that moment.
It was so cool when I was like, listen, we've been living La Vida Loca, and I'm going to keep doing that until Dragon and his forces start going to war. I'm just going to wait it out.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Dragon's son? Okay, guys, pack it up. We're breaking out of this motherfucker. So cool.
Yep.
Speaking,
Horm fruit, by the way. That's
It's a good
fucking
name.
crazy.
yeah, there's also so many
Insane.
cool uses for it.
There really is.
When Iva goes femme mode,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Fucking so
Yeah.
cool.
When Iva goes big head mode,
That's
unlocks big
crazy.
head.
Wait, is there really a big head hormone? Like for specific, like that's
Yeah.
what
Also, how did that like help him in battle?
Big wink.
smash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was to enhance his
Also,
his
everyone
wink.
got to climb on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. And he
Dude.
winked them into the ship.
Also, what did I say, you guys? I said literally a billion episodes ago that Sanji had the most gender out of everyone. Like
Yeah.
all those covers, I was like, all those outfits and stuff. I was like, look how much gender Sanji has, guys. And you're like, yeah,
Uh-huh.
whatever. Anyway, blah, blah, blah.
We didn't say what. We were like, yeah.
Yeah, we were like, shut up, Adriana. Boo.
Boo. Tomato.
Dunce cap. We'll put you in the corner.
Yeah. No, yeah, but literally just happens to I think it's cool how you find out that Iva is aligned with Dragon, and then how Jinbei is aligned with Whitebeard and stuff.
Ace.
And Ace. Yeah. So it's just like all these people have like there wasn't a lot of convincing to do because all these people that you would want to fight with in Luffy's position are already aligned to do the same thing because they like run with a very similar minded crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it
yeah.
all works out.
Put all the wrong people in this prison together. I'll tell you that much.
Seeing like Jinbei and Luffy interact was very interesting because like having just like another pirate who is seemingly just on, because I feel like we meet a lot of pirates who are much closer to like the kid side of the spectrum rather than the Luffy side of the spectrum. And it's nice to meet pirates like Jinbei who are just like, oh fuck, this guy's awesome. This guy's a
Jinbei's
sick-
fantastic.
Yeah.
Can't wait to
Yeah.
see more of this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Here's one thing. I have a question.
Sure.
So the whole crux of this breakout relies on two things. One, that Luffy is able to sneak in, and two, that he has help getting downwards, right? The thing is, when him sneaking in, all explained. Everything makes sense. Him breaking down into the lower levels relies on the idea that Buggy was escaping. Are we told how Buggy even got out of his cell or got loose in the prison at all?
No, we just know that Buggy had been trying to escape and he got out of his cell.
He had a plan, I think, right? Like he was saying how he had been planning this particular escape
Also,
for a while.
they're not too worried if somebody breaks out of their cell.
Yeah.
Like the cells are.
He also broke out of his cuffs, and he's a devil fruit user, so it's really. So, however he broke out of those cuffs had to be something really like planned. It was definitely they wouldn't have let him just like.
There's a lot of prisoners there, and he was on level 2, which is like not normies, but still like not the worst of them all. So I feel, and like the blue gories would have gotten him. I feel like what Hayden's saying. I feel like they're not too worried about someone running around the halls when they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Rather,
I still would like, hopefully, to know. I would hope that at some point that would be explained, because that will bother me forever if it's not.
Okay.
I mean, I just think it's something like
It's important.
Oda goes through so many details, and it's kind of like, do we really need to like
Right.
spend time going over Buggy's escape plan when it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, he could have gotten out of some cuffs.
Yeah.
No. I
He
need
could.
to know.
You don't think there's any way that Buggy could have gotten a pair of keys?
I do think that there's a way, but it's like, it just felt like that was just something he skipped over because it was easier not to just talk about how Buggy was able to.
But
It's already a coincidence that Buggy's there.
I think it's so easy to explain how Buggy got it. I think it would have just slowed the story down.
It's like that. It's like when
Still bothers
we
me. I'm
first
sorry.
were seeing Zoro fight like some people who it's like obviously they're not gonna like win.
Yeah.
You know, and it wouldn't even show us the fight.
The problem that is for me is that Impel Down is supposed to be the highest security maximum prison in the world. So to just already have Buggy running around unexplained feels like it lessens a bit of like that threat to me, because it's a loose end. That's my one thing about it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Why
sure.
are y'all looking at me like that?
I disagree,
I
but
disagree.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Y'all-
think we have to debate over it.
Oh man, comment section, back me up.
Don't do that.
We'll see. Hey guys, comment
Hey,
below.
Yeah, comment below. Yes,
Yeah.
Josh, or no, Josh.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Venmo is $5 if you think something about this.
Literally, don't even explain literally just say yes, Josh, or no, Josh. Don't even explain like what your
Yeah.
opinion
Uh-huh.
is. Just
Yeah.
those two words either way.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it needs to bother y'all, but I'm surprised that no one else here is bothered. Anyway, Ace
Ace
Ace.
gets taken away.
Is
Right? Like
They don't
5
make it in
seconds
time.
before.
yes,
Crazy.
terrible.
so
Crazy.
close.
So sad. But-
Speaking of which, when they arrive, we get a little moment where Iva talks to Croc, and Croc's like, "I have to kill White Boy," and I was like, "Shut the fuck! I know your weakness, motherfucker."
Yeah.
What do y'all think's going on there?
So I heard a theory.
Wait, wait.
There's a very prominent
Wait,
fan theory.
Wait,
Yeah,
Iva says that to
he's
Croc?
like, "Don't worry, I can keep him under control. I know his weakness."
I
And
can
Croc
fix
goes
him.
like, "You son of a bitch."
What, Croc's weakness?
Yeah,
Oh,
Croc was awesome in these chapters.
yes.
Croc was so awesome.
I'm so happy that my boy is. Croc is awful, evil, terrible.
But
One
he's
of my
kinda swaggy.
favorite characters in like One Piece. I
He
love
was,
Croc a lot.
I
He's
had
a
a
great
little
villain.
Man Crush Monday on freaking Croc. In
He
these
looks-
chapters. Yeah.
They kind of like sleeked him up a little
Yeah,
bit,
he looks
and he
really
looks
good.
great.
He
Looks
just
really
is,
good.
he's also just kicking ass.
Yeah,
I
He-
think my theory is that Iva and Croc used to be a thing. I think they used to
Whoa.
date. They had a fling.
Yeah,
That's my theory.
And I think his weakness is chocolate covered strawberries.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Just like me.
So my first thought was, oh shit. So Croc was a woman, or was
Huh?
born a woman's body or something. I'm like, that wouldn't make any sense. And then I looked in the comments, and there was someone who went, Croc-Mom, 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 Croc-Mom.
there is a
What?
large theory that Iva is, has connections to Dragon, the revolutionaries.
Yeah.
That Iva, in that moment, the weakness he was referring to is that the secret he knows is that he helped Croc transition. And then, because of Iva's connection to Dragon, a lot of people then go ahead and make the assertion, very prominent fan theory, a lot of people make the assertion that Croc gave birth to Luffy.
I'm just gonna let you know right now, if that were true, I'd be the biggest fan of that. I think that'd be amazing.
I genuinely, I think it would be cool. I
That'd be-
still don't know.
That'd be awesome.
Wait. Wait. Okay. So, what does that have to do with Croc having a weakness?
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't really make sense as like a
what? Like
weakness.
why is that moment like?
I think
And like it connected with Whitebeard. Like I want to kill Whitebeard, but I know your weakness. How does that have anything to do with that?
So I don't think in the lines, I don't think it connects it to Whitebeard. I think it's more like Croc's like, I'm not gonna fucking help you. I'm on the opposite side as you. And Iva's like, don't worry, Straw Hat. I got this motherfucker.
Oh,
I think
like, I
there
got
might be
his
a
number.
translation thing as
Okay.
well,
Yeah.
where it's like weakness maybe like secret actually.
Well, Croc is wanting to help them, and then Luffy's like, "I don't trust you. You hurt Vivi in Alabasta."
That's
and
what
then,
it is.
And then I was like, "Me and Croc go way back. If he causes you any trouble, don't worry. I'll take care of him. I know his thing."
Also, this theory, at least half of it, seems to be true within the world of the One Piece live action show. As we see at the execution of Goldie Roger, we see several faces: an actor playing young Shanks, an actor playing young Mihawk, and a young Middle Eastern woman who has like long black hair. It's very interesting.
That'd be really fucking cool.
It'd be interesting.
Oda, what are you? What is going on?
Well, we don't know if this
We
is
don't
a-
know. We don't know.
I think I like more
Like-
that, like Croc.
I'm like,
I just like more the idea that like Croc gave birth to Luffy and then stabbed him through the chest.
Yeah.
And it was like, I actually don't give a fuck
Well-
about it. I like that he's a ruthless parent.
Because I don't think Croc at that time, no matter what was going on, I don't think Croc knew that Luffy was Dragon's son or like anything
right,
about that.
Right.
So I think Croc could have just not known
Yeah.
that
I can't believe
Luffy was his son.
I can't believe I didn't connect that theory to immediately like realizing that Portgas Rouge is not Luffy's mom, because that should have been the fact that people think that's possible should have probably pointed me to the fact that because Croc is probably not Portgas, just probably not have the name Portgas, or we would have heard about it, or I just didn't think it. Anyway, I didn't make much of it because
Yeah.
I was assuming this whole time that Ace and Luffy were blood brothers, that they were both that Luffy and Ace's mom was Portgas D whatever or Portgas whatever, and that both of their fathers were Dragon, and we were dead wrong, fucking wrong.
They don't even share one parent,
No,
apparently.
Yeah,
They-
they're just
they share
blood
a
brothers.
They share a guardian named Duma or Duda.
Oh fuck. God damn it.
Dunan?
Dudugan?
Donan.
Donan?
Dadon.
Dadon, yeah. Who we didn't get to meet. We just
didn't
heard
get to
his
meet.
name.
I thought that was what Luffy. I thought Luffy was calling
Garp
Garp.
Dadon.
Yeah.
No, Dadon is a different person.
Explain what happened to me.
When?
Like what? Like
What happened to you?
Luffy was born. Ace was born.
Luffy is the descendant of Garp. So for some reason, Garp
Because-
was like, "I'm gonna get you sorted." Luffy never even met his dad. I think Garp knew that Dadon had Luffy already.
And we don't know Luffy's mom.
We don't know Luffy's mom.
And
Well,
so
it's Croc, so we know that.
So Luffy was born and then started living with this guy that we haven't met yet. And Garp was just watching over him as his blood grandfather.
Yes.
Okay. And then Roger asked Garp, take care of my son.
Yes.
And then Garp brought
Who is Ace? Which is fucking crazy.
Right. Oh my
We haven't
God.
even talked about it yet. Yeah.
Who brought Ace to go live with whoever Luffy. And then he
Yes.
showed up every couple weeks to throw them in the jungle or something.
Yes.
Okay. Great. I just want
Well-
to make sure that I'm on the right track with all of that.
I think you were completely right, except Luffy was not staying with Dadon until Ace was already with Dadon. Because he met Dadon.
Maybe I got it
we
backwards.
see
Yeah.
Garp
What?
introduce Luffy to both Ace and this
he's older.
random caretaker.
Yeah, because he's
Dadon.
older, right?
Yeah, so it looks like Garp was already taking care of Luffy.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe just stole him from Dragon.
Yeah, I find it incredible that Goldie Roger entrusted his mortal enemy with his son.
I really like that
I
moment.
love that.
The line that Roger says is he says I fought you for years. I trust you as much as any member of my crew.
Well, isn't
I
that-
think that is such an weirdly beautiful moment for
Yeah.
me.
And it's so similar to Luffy's mindset as well, because
Yes.
you literally don't you don't make the distinction when as the reader, like, of a character. Luffy tells you whether this person is trustworthy or not.
Yeah.
And it's like there's no and like it's literally just after meeting them for a minute or whatever. So I think that's like a cool similarity between Roger and Luffy, how they can just like instinctually tell whether someone's like chill like that.
Yeah. We learned it could be a thing with hockey, maybe. We don't know if Garp has hockey. Anyway,
we have seen him use hockey
to punch Luffy.
Right. Is that what you're talking
fists of love.
Bam. Okay.
Yeah.
So this motherfucker does. We learned so much about Ace and his connection to Goldie Roger and what that meant for his upbringing and his adoption into the crew of Whitebeard.
20-month baby.
20. Okay, yeah. Wait, hold on. So how did that help him hide?
Because that meant that the that when the Navy came to look for babies that had just been born, the timeline didn't match up because they should have been a couple months old, but instead Rouge was pregnant.
Okay. They also said check pregnant women though.
Yeah.
Well, pregnant women that were like, they stayed on the island for probably, I think the implication is that they stayed on the island for like a month or 2 months. Anybody that gave birth during that period or had given birth the month before, she held out until the Navy
How
had
did
left.
they check?
I don't know. They probably just looked at him and went,
Right, they just looked at him.
That is saying him.
Right.
They threw him in the ocean and see if they swam. And
They took a
did.
blood test. I don't know. They have pacifistas and crazy technology.
They got
Bro,
crazy technology.
Frankie goes to Vegapunk's old...
That's so
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yo.
Story. That was
Wanky.
pretty,
What the fuck?
yeah, and
Cool.
that was pretty cool.
Robin is
Robin is...
in a prison revolution.
Forgot
Yeah,
Whoa.
awesome, fucking sick.
But sorry, I want to say something. So we find out that the moment the moment leading up to Sengoku's speech was already amazing. We're getting all the setup of all the troops that are stationed on Marineford. We see the 5 warlords of the sea all standing there looking epic as hell.
Looking fly.
All 3 admirals.
I squeal like a little ass boy whenever I see Mihawk.
I knew you were going to
Yeah.
say that. I saw him literally
I want to grab him out of the screen and eat him up.
spread him on some toast.
Also, I saw how big they all were, and I was like, Bo. I look up Boa's height.
Yeah.
6'3".
She tall.
She's tall.
Yeah.
She's tall.
Yeah.
Freaking Doflamingo's 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's crazy.
They just big boys.
We also meet all 3 of the admirals.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Including
Akainu,
who we've heard a lot about.
We've only seen him very briefly
Yeah.
in Post Ennie's lobby and a little bit in Robin's flashback.
Right. And then Sengoku, ultimate switch up of the fucking part of the series so far. When Sengoku's like, Garp, I'm gonna tell him everything, and we're like, he's gonna unveil his lineage, his dragon lineage, and that's why he's telling Garp, because this is gonna out Garp as being the grandfather of this criminal Ace. And then I'm like, oh, so this was to fuck with Dragon. This was to send a message to Dragon, not to Whitebeard. Whitebeard is just a consequence of this. And then we find out he ain't related to Dragon.
Nah.
He was related to Gold Roger, and his lineage to Gold Roger makes him important because Whitebeard was propping him up to be the next Pirate King, not using him to become the Pirate King himself.
Or at least that's what the Navy.
That's what the Navy believes.
Navy assumes.
And Ace doesn't even want to believe that. He's like, no.
Ace is dead set on Whitebeard being the Pirate King.
And that
I like that little conflict. I like this little thing.
That dynamic recontextualizes 2 big conversations, at least that I can think of. One, of course, being Garp and Ace. When Garp is talking like about his lineage and the fact that he was raising him to be this Navy man, and you have this criminal history in your past, and he's like, I don't care about my father. Fuck my deadbeat father. You know, shows how he saw Gold Roger. But it really recontextualizes the conversation that Shanks and Whitebeard have.
Yes, sir.
Makes it see that completely. All that makes so much more sense now. He's like, I don't think you should be sending Ace out there, because Shanks understands the role that Ace plays as the son of the Pirate King.
That he's a little bit scared of Mr. Blackbeard, who is in Impelled Down.
Yeah.
That was
doing
crazy.
something.
Yeah.
When he just showed up.
Yeah, he just showed up.
He had a plan.
bodies
That MFer.
Luffy.
What the hell is an impel down that he wants so bad?
Well, the only thing that we saw is he recruited the one guy.
I
Shiryu.
hate that guy.
Yeah, he's
so-
fucking
He's a
terrible.
bad guy.
I hate looking at I don't care what he does. I hate looking at his face.
He's annoying.
Something about
He has
the
Joe
way
from
his-
Family Guy face.
Oh my god.
That's what it is.
It's so bad. I just hate the look on his face all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck does Blackbeard want down there?
He wanted something.
Yeah.
Are they keeping the Chamber of Secrets down there or something?
Who knows?
Yeah, there could be layers lower than 6.
Whoa.
That'd be fucking cool. I was thinking about that.
Yeah, because they never said
probably.
that it was like the 6th layer was the lowest. They said there's 5 layers and then an unknown number
Yeah.
below them.
There probably is.
They don't even know about. We didn't even know about level 5.5.
Yeah.
So there could be so many levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also got explicit confirmation of what Luffy and Shanks' relationship is.
Wait, what?
That moment, they say that they're when
Buggy and Shanks
Buggy and Shanks.
Oh, yeah,
excuse
yeah,
me.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what I said.
said they're blood brothers.
Blood brothers, which I asked Clayton, and that is not blood related.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
blood
Not actually
bonded.
like
siblings.
brothers, who
In
fought
bond.
together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to look that up because I was like, that doesn't seem right.
No.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, they're blood. The internet said brothers in bond.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That moment, I love that moment so much where all of this stuff gets revealed about Buggy. And he's like, no, don't tell anyone. They're going to fucking find me. And then he's like, oh, wait. I have an army of pirates infinitely stronger than me. I'm destined. This is my fate to become the Pirate King.
To kill Whitebeard is Buggy's current goal.
And he's everyone's cheering for him, and he's mumbling to himself.
Yeah. He's got that devious look on his face.
The
There's
moment
the
where he
scene
holds
too-
up to the gates of justice, and
he's
they,
like Moses.
open, and
Yeah.
he's like,
My God. That was fantastic.
The gates open. Buggy doesn't even know how it's happening. He's like, peace be with you.
He's like, this is Providence, I guess. I wonder why this
my
is
God.
happening. And then, the way that he unites all the pirates on that ship to be part of the war and help Luffy
Yeah.
and Jinbei and Co.
Luffy's got a brand new crew.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you know
Crazy.
what? I already like him more than the last one, I'll say.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
They're all aligned for different reasons. Very interesting to see how that's going
Yeah.
to shake out once the battle actually gets into high gear, and then after it ceases. It's going to be crazy to see where everyone goes. How is Croc going to deal with the other warlords? How is Jinbei going to deal with the other warlords?
Yeah.
How is Boa going to break cover?
Right.
Because she's out there pretending she's there to defend the government. No, she didn't want to do that. I thought when the gates opened, I was like, Boa did it. But then it was Whitebeard's fleet had come in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like they were
The-
already past the gates.
The Moby Dick shows up, which is super cool.
Fucking awesome.
I thought it was a whale, but it was just how the ship was painted.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the dad that stepped up. He's like,
Yeah.
my precious son better be okay. And I thought that was really nice.
That made me love Whitebeard.
Yeah.
I will say this. With this moment coming, there are 5 characters that are Luffy's my number 1, and then there's 4 more that are always fighting for that number 2 coming in and out. Sanji, Nico Robin, Buggy, and I didn't want to say anything before, but Whitebeard.
What? Really?
Yeah.
And I'm
Wow.
so excited for y'all to get to see him in action.
Wow. Okay.
Damn. Maybe when he grows a beard, I'll really become a fan of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Cool story.
Yeah. Bon Clay sacrificed himself. That I know we're going back to that. We
Yeah.
talked about that already, right?
Briefly,
And
but-
everyone was just so sad about it.
Yeah, Luffy
Yeah.
was trying to turn them
Yeah.
around.
Oh, and then they talked to each other on the transponder snail.
Yeah.
Because he told Jinbei, he's
Yeah.
like, we're not going to need to say goodbye, so just don't tell him
Yeah.
until the snail cuts out.
I know, and they all said thank you at the same time, and it was nice.
Yeah. What? Magellan is a fucking problem, dude.
Yeah,
No
he's
one-
dangerous.
He would
No
be
one-
he would be so cool looking if he wasn't. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Go ahead.
I was that's all. That he's just I feel like he would be cooler if he wasn't treated like a joke a little
Yeah.
bit, which it is funny.
He does go hard.
Yeah,
when he's getting down to business.
The devil from the Bible.
Yeah. Diarrhea devil.
Yeah.
Two devils in both. We have We got
Whoa.
some imagery in both sections of the series. But
there's a JoJo reference in these chapters that we won't talk about for a hot second.
Is there?
But it's very funny. It's a connection that
I'm trying to think.
who was I talking to? I was talking to somebody, and they pointed out this specific, very funny joke that we'll get to. In a bit.
Give me a hint. What does it pertain to?
I feel like you're gonna get mad at me if I say what it pertains to.
Write it down.
Oh my god.
I like a lot too. Oda does this a lot. That he will have these side characters that are so like just stupid and ridiculous, and then he finds like with the Underwarden and Magellan, the whole arc he paints with them, where the Underwarden is like trying to like sell him out and cheat him, and then at the end he's like, "Wait, Warden Magellan, you're actually awesome." And then
awesome.
once he fights and he like spends his full energy and like has this heroic moment, even though he's a guy we're rooting against, he has this really heroic moment, and Magellan finds him and he's like, "You did good. You better not die from these wounds because you're the only person fit to replace." It's like a really compelling story for these two fucking losers
Literally.
who we don't care about.
Oh my! I didn't even put that together.
Wait, show me. What the hell?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's
Well,
funny.
we'll get to that soon. Actually, we'll get to reveal that soon. Damn, actually, that's crazy that both of those pop up in very similar spots in the series.
Yeah.
About halfway through.
Anyway.
So I was gonna say Magellan's his problem, and our boy Mr. 3 steps up a little bit. His power is actually really good at countering the poison.
Right. Which I think is funny how, like, definitely, like, stand arrow, devil fruit. You know what I mean? It's like some people's power is just like...
A good counter.
They said something, like, I don't know if the narrator or somebody said something like that, where it's just like some people's... Croc said it's interesting to see how people's powers work together, or like go up against each other. Some people are just like natural enemies or something. Oh, literally, duh, from
Skypiea.
one time.
Yeah.
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 I knew I was getting deja vu. I was like, I feel like I've talked about this before.
Last thing I want to say that I can remember, freaking, just the battles were very fun and well structured, and seeing Luffy and Jinbei and Croc throw down and constantly be like the battering ram of the whole revolt, the prison riot, was so fun.
And then Buggy goes with them because he's like, "Oh, I'm going where the warlords are going."
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Why did you come?"
Yeah, Dodgebone just keeps saying like, "Why are you here?"
Why are you here?
Oh,
Mr.
Jinbei's...
One.
What?
Mr. One is there
Mr.
too.
One.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mr.
Join back
One.
up.
I don't give a shit about Mr.
Right.
One, but
Who
It
gives
was kind of cool, though.
Thog
yeah,
He's
don't-
cool.
Thog don't care about
Croc,
Mr. One.
Thog don't care.
Oh, no, no.
Blorbo from shows was really good in this.
He was.
Yeah.
Really good.
who?
Yeah.
Buggy.
We can't do this again.
we gotta stop.
All right. Well, we are short on time.
I
You
just
got it. You got it.
No, I just legitimately didn't hear what Josh had said.
Oh, okay.
I know what a blorbo is.
There's probably so much more.
Just some great volume covers too.
Yeah.
You mean chapter? Are you talking about chapter covers?
No, I'm saying volume covers.
The volume covers are really good.
The volume covers for this
Do
arc.
you disagree?
I'm trying to remember.
The one that has like the buggy Mr. 3, Bond Clay,
that was
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Luffy, and prison
Yeah.
outfits. I fucking
Yeah.
love that. That's
That was
awesome.
good.
Give me. I would like a nice, like a huge dose of Mihawk right now in this time in the year of our Lord. I real like.
Y'all are about to
we're
get
about
huge
to
doses of a lot of
Okay.
things.
Thank
Amazing.
God, man.
Amazing.
I'm so happy about that. Missing my boy.
I'm
Oh.
so excited to see what Akainu's
Right.
Abilities are.
Oh, also, Jinbei seemingly doesn't have devil fruit power.
Yeah.
Well, he
He's
can
just got-
swim.
That
Because
would
he can
suck
swim,
for
yeah.
a fish man.
Oh,
I'll tell
him
you
throwing.
what.
He was throwing down with the water current
Oh, yeah.
abilities.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Fishman karate, water
Yeah.
current, spears, and that was fucking epic. I
Jinbei's a
love that.
badass. He's a fucking warlord. So yeah.
Also, I don't remember if this was the last match or this match. We heard that Shanks had intercepted Kaido.
Yeah, that Kaido was going to take advantage of this opportunity to kill Whitebeard while he was weakened from the fight. So Shanks intercepted him and scared him off.
Who's Kaido again?
Kaido
One of
is
the four emperors.
one of the four emperors
Yeah,
that we've not met
Okay,
yet.
okay, we haven't met him. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've just
that's
heard about
right.
him.
The
That's
one that
right.
Ryuma, the skeleton samurai, had fought, right? No. The one
Ryuma
that Gecko
is
Moria had
from
fought,
Wano,
which is
Yeah.
where
Moria fought Kaido,
right.
Yeah.
and where like most of his crew died.
Man, there's too much stuff that happens.
There is
There's so much stuff. in
Last
this world.
thing, the popularity poll, the fourth
Yeah, I was gonna say, we got
popularity
another-
poll.
Yeah.
popularity poll.
Luffy number 1, Zoro number 2, Sanji number 3, Chopper number 4. Didn't expect.
I was
that.
also surprised by that. Usually, it almost always is Luffy, Zoro, Nami,
Yeah.
but Nami's not till like 7.
Nami's 6, Ace is 5, which is kind of crazy.
The people love him.
Robin 7 deserves.
And he sorry, just real quick. Ace had a crew of his own called the Spades.
Yes.
Epic name.
Yeah.
Can't wait to
Yeah.
learn
He's
more about
Ace
that.
of Spades. Oh,
Hoping for a good Ace
God,
flashback.
I hope we get like King. Like I hope they follow the naming convention. You know.
yeah. Oh, that'd be
Oof. Shanks is in the top 10. He's been in 4 chapters all of One Piece so far, and he's in the top 10
Because he's
awesome.
because he's fucking cool. Brooke is 9. Brooke made 9. Law in the top 10.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
he's
That's
sexy. The people love his body.
Yeah.
And
I
Bug.
also-
Sorry, go ahead.
No, finish.
Buggy at 21, holding strong.
Yeah.
Kuro is at 29.
What?
He's cool.
Yeah, exactly. You don't even remember who Kuro is?
From
The villain of
Yeah.
The
Super
Black Cat
Yeah.
Pirate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Also, number 31, Oda.
Yeah,
Aw.
What?
funny.
Aw.
he's
Aw,
awesome.
We support him.
Oh yeah, shout out to the law cosplayer I talked to yesterday.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're definitely listening to this.
I watched. My last little thing. Little note.
Say
I
it.
started watching the live action One Piece. Having a lot of fun with it. The Helmeppo casting,
Yeah.
insanely great.
Yeah, I could see
All
that.
the casting has been really, really solid.
Yeah.
They really nailed the casting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I completely agree with that.
There's one I
Personally.
don't like, but for the most part,
Yeah.
I like everything.
I
I don't like Roger. I don't like the Roger performance, but
Everyone's skin looks like it was like they were put in the microwave for like half a second. Like I don't know what it is about something about the makeup or I don't know.
They're
That's-
pirates.
Yeah, they're pirates.
they're greasy. I watched most of it. I'm interested to see what you think.
yeah, I'm
after it
watching
all done, because
But-
I had a lot of different mixed thoughts about it.
I'm
Yeah.
just really excited for what comes next in our
Yeah.
chapters. more
Homework
than-
time.
Homework time.
Well, do we want to give homework for both? Because we're
Yeah.
we're about to do 2 separate episodes.
I think it
JoJo
might
and a One Piece episode.
behoove people to have this time to read One Piece because it's going to
Awesome.
be a little bit longer.
Okay.
You go ahead with the JoJo though, because that'll be first.
Okay. The JoJo homework. You are going to watch the final 6 episodes of Golden Wind.
Ooh.
Expectations is fucking crazy. Expect some bizarre shit. Expect the end of a part. How do you normally feel about the end of a part? You're probably gonna feel different about some things, the same about some things. I'm really excited. I also have an idea about how I want to do our Golden Wind episode, and I will talk about that off the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
With that, for One Piece, it is time. The pieces are on the board, and it is time to throw down. We are going to be reading the next. We've already read a couple chapters technically into this arc. So starting from 5, we just read 551. So 552 to 580, we're going to be reading, I think,
Whoa.
29 chapters.
Awesome.
And it's going to be awesome.
And officially crossing the halfway point. We were just 3 chapters shy
Yeah.
of the official halfway point of One Piece right now.
Hell yeah. We're past halfway, and y'all are about to read some awesome stuff.
Alex said this was his favorite arc, the one that's coming up.
It's really good.
yeah.
How are you feeling about, in terms of anticipation? The Golden Wind episode will be the next one to come out. How are you feeling?
I'm very excited to see how this all wraps up. I'm loving part 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
excited for the intro where King Crimson sings.
Be ready to talk about, the shtick, Stan rankings,
I'll have them.
JoJo rankings,
I'll have them.
and Part 5 crew ranking.
Yeah.
So, which will include Trish and Fugo, by the way. Don't forget them.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Yeah. So excited.
Yay.
Okay. Well,
Exciting stuff.
with that,
With that,
we
we'll
love you. Good night.
Buongiorno.
Bye bye.